Tips and tricks. Chemical equations are crazy to try to figure out if they're balanced. Here's some silly little tips and tricks that, if you remember, will help you succeed every time for crazy long formulas. Tip number 1. We need to remember that there is an understood 1 if nothing is by the element for a coefficient or a subscript. Right here we have lithium. It has no coefficient and no subscript, so it's an understood 1. When you're going to solve for how many lithiums there are, there's a 1 right here and a 1 right here. You're going to multiply the two 1s, and you're going to have 1. So there is 1 lithium atom. Tip number 2, distributing. We're going to work with this problem. We're going to start with the C, which is carbon. There's an understood 1 right here, but then there's this 2. What you're going to do is you're going to distribute the 2 to the C. And since there's 1 right here, for the formula for carbon, it's going to be 2 times 1, which is 2. We finished carbon. Now we need to look at oxygen. We have a 2 right here and a big 2. So we're going to multiply them together. So oxygen is 2 times 2, which is 4. So there are 2 carbon atoms and 4 oxygen atoms. Tip number 3. We have the same thing we just had, but now we're going to have parentheses. This is tricky. This 2 right here, because it's outside the parentheses, it's going to go to the C and to the O. So for carbon, we now have this 2 times 2, which is 4. For the oxygen, we have 2 times 2 as well, which is 4. So this 2 on the outside of parentheses changes everything. This 2 is outside the parentheses as well, so it's going to distribute. So 4 carbon atoms and 4 oxygen atoms. Tip number 4. Now we have multiple parentheses and multiple subscripts. Remember, just take your time and we're going to work through it. This 3 right here is going to trick you. It is outside all the parentheses. So it's going to go to every single one. Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and another oxygen. This 2 is outside all the parentheses. So it's going to go to every one as well. To carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and an oxygen again. So carbon, we have the 3 right here, and then the big 2, which is 6. Oxygen, we got the 2 here, and the 3 here, which is 6. Now hydrogen is being tricky. Okay? Hydrogen, we have the 2, we have this 2, and we have the 3. So it's 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 equals 12. Last one, oxygen. Oxygen is just like the others. We've got the 2, we've got the 3. Oxygen is 2 times 3, which is 6. This is it all laid out. Now, we need to look at something. We have oxygen right here and oxygen right there. We're not going to multiply them, we're going to add them together. 6 plus 6 is 12. So these oxygens are gone. We have 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 12 oxygen. Always remember, just take your time